you competed the Biles for the first time. You're the first ever collegiate gymnast to compete the Biles. How does that feel?
It doesn't feel real still. I don't think it's hit me quite yet. So I'm still kind of like soaking it in, and then I have moments of like, oh my gosh, like that happened like on Friday.
And Simone commented.
Yeah, you went viral.
I went to fall on
viral.
the floor.
Everywhere. And your mom had a t-shirt ready for you. I was like, where did this come from? How many times has she brought that to a meet waiting for you to do it?
No way.
I think so. I was talking to her today actually, and she was like, I had it all season because I had confidence that it was going to happen this year.
All season. She had it packed.
Wait, that's sweet.
And so she gave it to Maggie, and then Maggie was like, Brie, like your mom has this for you. And then I was like, oh, like, cool, it's a t-shirt. And so it said Clemson Gymnastics on it.
You're like,
and
right
then
now,
I flipped
Mom?
it, and then I was like, oh my gosh, like, it had, like, first collegiate gymnast do the Biles and stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet.
So cool.
That is
So
cool.
did you do that in high school?
Yeah. I did it all my senior year of high school.
That's insane.
That's insane.
Wait,
Like, what?
so you've been waiting, like, what, 4 years? Like, almost 4 years to do it again?
Yeah.
What's been the journey like from those 4 years once you first did it to now doing it in college?
Yeah, like, I always wanted to do it in college, but it was, like, never the right time and just never, like, followed through until this year. And it was, like, I was ready and training, and it was consistent, and I knew this year was the year to do it, too.
So for those that don't know, the Biles, one, Simone Biles. Like, I truly hope everyone listening knows who Simone Biles is.
She's the GOAT.
Right.
Of
Yeah.
all goats.
Absolutely.
Not of just gymnastics, but of all sports, I feel like.
Athlete.
Yeah.
Yes. Just athlete.
Yeah.
But the move is named after her. So what were you even doing in the air?
So usually I do a double layout, which is like 2 flips where your body's like straight in the air. But with the Biles, you add a half twist at the second flip, at the end of the second flip.
So double, your body is straight,
Yeah.
backflip, turn and face forward.
And then land.
And
yeah.
then land on 2 feet with a
And
smile.
so you're not seeing the floor as you land.
It's like a blind landing. So like when you're like going to land it, you're turning away from from facing the floor. So you can't really see it as well as if you just stayed facing the one direction.
So that's the Biles 1, right? That's
Yeah.
what it's called. So there's Biles 2?
There's
so
there's
many.
like 5 or 6. She has a lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
When
So
is, yeah.
yeah, are
That's
you planning
incredible.
on doing that anymore?
When is the Biles 2 coming?
I think I might just stick to the one.
Yeah, that's fair.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
We can settle for it.
What was it like when you landed it? Because the joy on your face and your teammates when you landed it, that was the coolest part.
Yeah. I think I was in shock because I felt my feet hit the ground and I was like, oh my gosh, like it happened. Like I did it. And then I saw some of my teammates, I think it was like Molly, and then I could see Justin.
Yeah.
And then their faces were like lit up. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, wait, I have to finish the rest of my routine. But it was so cool. Like every time I go back and like watch the video of like my teammates' reaction, like it almost brings me to tears because you can tell like everyone was genuine. Like I feel like you guys wanted it just as bad as I wanted it.
We have been wanting you to do that for so long, and the amount of times we've seen you do it and practice perfectly, and finally being able to do it at a meet, I was like, yes. Like there's a video online of Brie, like of all of the teammates behind her, like she's doing the
Everyone
flip,
is off the ground, like jumping.
So cool.
and then
that's
they
so
zoom
cool.
into each section, and everyone's like, yes. It's so cool.
Yeah, it was so cool.
And then she commented, like you said,
Yeah.
like, what was that?
Yeah.
Okay, the picture also of you like reading the comments. That was epic.
Your mouth was huge.
Just
I was
was
like,
floor.
Yeah, Carson was like, she's like, hey, like, are you still here? And I was like, yeah. Like, do you need me to, like, do something? She's like, come to the loading dock. And I was like, okay. And then she had, like, this other girl with her, had, like, her flashlight on because it was dark outside. And then she had her phone, and she was like, I have something really cool to show you. And I was like, okay, like, cool. And then I saw Simone's name, and I don't even think at that moment, like, didn't even read the comment at that point, just saw her name. I was like, oh, my gosh, she, like, pushed buttons to, like, comment. And she's, like, in Africa.
For you.
Yeah.
Oh, and she's in Africa?
She was, like, I think she was
Yeah.
in Africa at the time. And so I'm like,
Wow.
so she took time out of her day in Africa.
with a time
You deserve
change.
that.
Yeah, with the time change
For
to
you.
comment.
For history.
You deserve that attention.
So you being the first collegiate gymnast to ever do the flip, how did you even figure out that you could do it?
Yeah, so funny story. So my club coach, his name's Vlad, and I used to do double layouts, and so, like, that's similar to the Biles, and so he was like, you should try this move. Like, I saw, like, her do it, like, you should do it in the pit. So I was like, okay, like, it was just for fun. So I used to randomly, like, just do it in practice in club, and then he, in the middle of season, was like, hey, like, do you want to compete this, like, at some point? Like, you want to compete it this year for fun? And we were like, sure.
For
He's
fun.
like, okay.
For fun.
Yeah. So then, like, it became a thing, and then, like, I did it in my senior year, but it was just because he was like, I think you can do it. Like, do you want to just do it for fun? I'm like, sure.
I feel like I've seen people do it in, like, elite gymnastics only, never college at all.
What would be the difference? Because this is probably wrong thinking, but hearing that is like, oh, if people are doing it, why don't more college gymnasts do it? Like, what's the difference in competing in that way?
Yeah. Elite is kind of like, it can be confusing, but, like, you get more points based off of, like, the difficulty of your skills and stuff. So, like, when you see people in elite get, like, 14s and 15s and stuff, they have, like, unlimited max score depending on, like, their skills and stuff. But college, you can only get a 10 or below a 10.
So going for it is a little less risky in elite
than
in
it is. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I still could never throw my body up in the air like that. It's incredible. Also, you're safe, you're healthy. How many wipeouts did you really have doing this?
Typically, I think in preseason I fell, like, once in practice and then once in a meet. So, like,
incredible.
it's fairly consistent. Like,
Yeah, and you tried it before. You tried it in OKC, and me watching that, I was like, oh, her steps are off. It was a complete mishap. That's the only reason you didn't land it. Like, the only reason at all. I was like, once her steps are right, like, she's got that.
yeah, I remember that because I was turning because my dance, I usually, like, in the beginning of season would face one way and then turn and go. So it was a little bit rushed, and then, like, my steps were off, and I was like, oh no. I was like, do we go for it? Do we just double A? I was like, nope, we made it too far to not go for it.
So you were deciding in, like, mid-air.
In the mid-run. I think that's why I was running for so long. Because usually I take, like, 3.5 steps, but, like, in that meet, I think I took, like, 5 steps.
I thought you were running off
Still
the
talking
floor.
to yourself. Oh my gosh. That little extra, like, okay, you got it.
Yeah, and
So
I
then
think
what
I
was the
stayed in
thought?
bounds, too. I don't know how
I think
stayed
you did
in
too.
bounds.
I don't know, but you were running for quite a long time, and I was like, is she trying to run off the floor? Where is she going?
So what was the self-talk going into when you landed it in 3.5 steps?
Yeah, so Molly always comes and, like, this season talked to me before my beam routines and floor routines, and so she kind of gave me, like, okay, like, you got this, you've done this a million times. So, like, when I started my routine, then I was like, okay, like, I got this, we've done this a million times, like, and counted my steps and then went. So I think I just had a lot of confidence in myself this time around.